Hey, thanks for stopping by. What we're going to do is a basic installation of a TB11 light from the Best Fishing Lights. Just going to show how you attach this light to a hull and achieve a professional finish and to ensure that you have a seal. These are some of the simplest lights to install. All they require is one hole to be drilled. You use a 3/16 inch bit, and that's it. Outside of that, we use a VHB tape and disregard the bad. This is a light that didn't meet the quality control, so we're just using it to do this demonstration. And so there's 3 pieces on the back of the VHB tape that's meant to take the place of rivets, screws. It's a really solid product. We order a special type just for this purpose. So what you want to start out and do is, of course, locate where you're going to put your light, and take the light and match it up to the hull of where you want it to be, and then locate where you want to drill the hole. Be sure that you check for wires on the other side, especially with boats that have 2 holes. You may have to drill up at an angle. That's really up to you and where you're applying the light. What we're doing here is just showing, like I said, the basic installation and how to get the professional finish on the outside. I've gone ahead and I've drilled the hole in this. This is a piece of plywood. This is actually a gel coat. It's on the outside, so it's going to represent, the hull of a boat. And first thing you want to do, like I said, you locate your hole, you get it drilled, get your wire pulled through, and now once the hole's located, you want to put your light up to it, the wire in there. Make sure that you've kind of marked out your light. Like so. You'll take alcohol. I recommend alcohol. Acetone works good, but it's not good for a gel coat or most any other coating. So I do recommend taking alcohol and cleaning the area where the light's going to be attached. Now the surface should be pretty clean, and as long as you've done that, the VHB tape's going to do its job, and the marine sealant will do its job. Now, go ahead and you want to pull off the backing to the 2-sided tape. All of these lights, before they're shipped out, they're prepped around the edges. The back side of the light is the roughest place on these lights because of the way that they're manufactured. But the light's designed to be placed up against a solid surface. It doesn't matter if it's a aluminum gel coat. If you're going to put it up against wood, you need to make sure that you have a coating that's attached to the wood. Otherwise, you may want to drill holes and apply screws. And that's only in situations where you're just not sure if the VHB tape is going to be able to do its job. If it attaches to loose paint, then the bond's only as strong as as what it's attached to. And if the paint's no good, then you take a chance with that. Now the adhesive sealant works really good to remove these lights. It's not hard to do as far as complicated, but you will need a paint scraper and a hammer to get through the edge to peel it off. If by chance you ever have an issue, maybe you'll break one of the lights and you need to return them. It doesn't, I don't know what reason you'd have for removing it, but if you did have to remove it, you're going to find out when you do that they don't come off very easy. They're not just going to fall off. And a lot of people worry about that when they attach these lights. They think they have to have a screw. And believe me, you don't need a screw. If you want to put more holes in your boat, that's your choice. But you do not need to put screws in these lights to attach them to the boat. Now, once we've got the backs off of the tape, this is clean. You're ready to attach the light to the hull. You want to take and put a generous amount of the marine adhesive just around the wire. You don't need to put it anywhere else on the light at this point. Just around the wire, so that when you press, it spreads and seals off around the hole. Line it up like so. When you get lined up, just press and hold. You don't have to hold it long. If you've done your job and kept it clean, then that light's mounted, and that's it. That's all it takes to get the light on the boat. Now what we're going to do is give it a professional finish, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes. Now, if you noticed, I did not put any sealant around the inside of the light before I attached it, except for on the cord. Now remember that, because it's an unnecessary step, and a lot of times people confuse that with a good seal, and they'll end up with pores or something in their sealant and end up leaking behind the light. The only weak spot to most any light is where wires enter and exit, and that's why most manufacturers, especially with underwater lights, require you to put enormous amounts of sealant. And of course, if you look at any of the manufacturers outside of the Best Fishing Lights manuals, installation guides, and warranties, within the first few paragraphs they've already voided your warranty the minute you attach it to your boat. Now, I can't speak for other companies and their customer service, but I know that we take their lights back, and it doesn't really matter if we've made a mistake. If there's a defect in it, there's a defect. That happens with products. But even if you make a mistake, even if you install it wrong or something happens, it doesn't really matter. If you'll just send the light back, we'll send you a new one. We do prefer that if people ever have to send lights back, we ask you to send both lights back, because these are always matched pairs. LEDs come with different hues. It doesn't it's really hard for any manufacturer to get consistently the exact same hue with every LED. They're kind of like bricks. They're done in batches, and so sometimes the hues on the LEDs are slightly off, and so we try really hard to make sure that everything's even. Now, if you'll notice, I used way too much. It's too big of a hole on the tip. You just have to recut it, because this is an old tube. Now, I do recommend using gloves. If you don't want to use gloves, that's your choice. But now here's the trick. Press and pull and push the adhesive into the small space that the VHB tape leaves on the back side. Now remember, these lights are designed to be installed this way. And so what I'm doing is I'm pushing the sealant into the crack. And that ensures I have a good seal. Say, man, there's a lot of excess. There is on this light. Normally I don't have that much excess, but I had to cut a bigger hole in this thing. So, shit happens. Let me get rid of some of this excess. But I'm gonna show you in just a minute how to get this down to a professional finish in just seconds. And you're guaranteed to have a good seal, and it's gonna be clean. And if you've ever messed with marine sealant, man, this stuff gets everywhere. Okay, here's the trick. It's this right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. This right here. Mineral spirits. It won't damage the hull of your boat. It cleans up urethane sealants. And you're fixing to watch this go to a slick, professional finish. And it's not complicated. This demonstration's really for people who just aren't knowledgeable about the different things that are used to tool coatings and sealants and stuff like that. This is not covering any type of electrical installation, your specific boat. This is merely showing you how to get a professional finish every time.